Deep inside in the Shakahola forest in Kilifi County, near Malindi in Kenya, what began as a missing person report turned into one of the deadliest cult tragedies in modern history. In April 2023, authorities began uncovering shallow graves hidden among trees. What they discovered shook the nation. More than 400 bodies would eventually be recovered from the forest, many of which were children.
It's not easy to exhume bodies. I remember on the 14th day, we exhumed 29 bodies in one day. That's when we found 12 bodies of children in one grave near Mackenzie's house. There were several challenges, including dreaming abnormal things. We did it as residents of Shakahola to act as a future memory of what.
Deaths were linked to a controversial religious group known as Good News International Church. The group was led by self-proclaimed Pastor Paul Githe Mackenzie.
Pastor. He was a taxi driver. He was very quiet, very humble, but of course charming. Whoever would meet with Mackenzie, he would see Mackenzie as a very good person, very nice person. That is the impression that I got first. As a taxi driver, and later on when when he joined the church, he was basically a very collected person, not abrasive, not arrogant. There must be something, either a doctrine that he got from somewhere. One of the things that he was preaching about was the end times. The world is coming to an end very soon. The world is coming to an end. Anything to do with education, medicine, science, to Mackenzie, that was too worldly. People needed to begin focusing of going to heaven. He was encouraging parents who have children in school to remove them from school. He was encouraging people not to go to seek medical attention whenever they were sick. You are supposed to shave your hair. You are not supposed to put any makeups. You are supposed to be natural. He started telling women, if your husbands are not coming to the church, remember those can be stumbling blocks of you going to heaven. So leave them, divorce them, knowing what kind of a person he is. That revolution was such an abrupt one.
From the early
Prosecutors alleged that Mackenzie instructed his followers to fast to death in order to meet Jesus. Survivors say they were told the world was ending and starvation was the path to salvation. Police first entered the forest after reports of people starving. Officers rescued several individuals who were too weak to stand.
To bring papers and would ask your name and change it because they know whoever comes to look for you shall not find you. But if you use your real name, it will be easier for you to be found when people come to look for you. The plan was to fast and pray until children, women, and men die. Mackenzie would not die after all followers died. Mackenzie said there would be feathers and he would fly to heaven and join the followers. There is a time I got into trouble when we were found eating in the daytime. I was told to raise my hands and got 10 strokes on each hand for that mistake. I was told that if they found me doing that again, they would kill me, as they had done me a favor the first time.
And if found escaping, it was easy for you to be killed. Burials were like weddings because people were killed and a large mass grave would be dug. So, if it's 10 who have been killed, they would be buried en masse. And if you witness that, you must keep your composure, or else you could collapse or lose control of yourself. After the burial of those killed, we would be given 2 packets of biscuits and half a cup of juice to celebrate. Then we would be denied food again, and whoever fell into a bad state would be taken to be killed and later be buried.
They used to buy small items and later began disappearing. And the last time I saw them, they told me Jesus was about to come and that they would stay there until Jesus comes.
Yeah. Autopsies revealed many victims died from starvation and dehydration. In some cases, investors report signs suggesting certain individuals may have been suffocated, raising fears that not all deaths were volunteered.
To do 10 postmortems. The total number of postmortems that we did today were 24.
Leads. Those shanties may have been used, probably, for sex orgies.
And charged with terrorism-related offenses, murder, and aiding source. Denied the allegation, the case remains before the Kenyans court. Authorities are also investigating whether others helped enforce the extreme fasting practices or prevented followers from leaving or volunteering. Paul Mackenzie was arrested.
The accused persons had planned to have everyone in the church die from starvation or fasting, starting from children to their mothers and finally their fathers, in a false belief
that in their exercise of their freedom of religion, assembly, and expression, there was no suicide pact, there was no suicide, and there was no death attributable to religion.
President William Ruto did the incident, calling it a terrorist act disguised as religion. He vowed accountability and to prevent similar tragedies.
We have found in all manner of places that will not happen under my administration, and all the people who disappeared or who are abducted in what you said, all of them have been brought back to their families and to their homes. And I have given clarity and firm instructions that nothing of that kind of nature will happen again. And that it was my commitment as I became president that extrajudicial disappearances of Kenyans will not be part of what we are doing as a nation.
Shakahola tragedy has drawn comparison to the past cult disasters, including while the circumstances differ, experts say both cases reveal how charismatic leaders can exploit faith. The case has sparked national debate about religious regulation in Kenya.
Child, he said that he had been fasting for about 7 days, 1 week. He was emaciated. You could see the ribs. When he was asked about the whereabouts of the two brothers, he told them that the two brothers had already gone to see Jesus, meaning they died.
The Constitution guarantees freedom of worship, but lawmakers are discussing stricter oversight of religion organizations to prevent abuse carried out in the name of faith.
The Constitution, particularly by the clergy or the, as we call them in Kenya, men of the cloths, they have interpreted the freedom of worship to mean that you can worship, or you are free to do whatever you want to do. Every freedom comes with responsibility, that there has to be certain limits. I think that has been violated. If we have churches that are not affiliated with any mainstream denomination and they're not registered, close them down.
Rebecca Mbetsa, the mother of 31-year-old Mercy Chai, searched for her daughter's remains at the hospital mortuary in Malindi.
Amepata kanisa ambao wanaona hiyo kanisa ndio ambao itampeleka mbinguni. Sema kwenda shule ni mbaya, hospitali ni mbaya. Nikamwambia hiyo kitu haiwezekani. Wewe mwenyewe ulisoma, na kama hukusoma hiyo Biblia utasoma vipi?
Today the forest remains quiet, but beneath the soil lies a painful reminder of manipulation, isolation, and loss. As court proceedings continue against Paul, Mackenzie, and others, many hope justice will bring accountability and the lessons from the Shakahola will prevent and help people protect the vine in the future. For now, this forest stands as a solemn symbol of one of Kenya's darkest chapters. Reporting, I'm Favor Wells from Riri TV.